So normally I start off my videos all happy and cheery, saying hi, how's it going? But today I'm just sitting on my floor because this is the day after Christmas. And I mentioned towards the end of my last video that my next video was going to be me organizing yarn. So tell me why at 5 p.m. I decided to go to not only Hobby Lobby but also Joann's and buy a whole bunch more yarn that I absolutely did not need. Why the heck did any of y'all stop me? What the heck's wrong with y'all? This is clearly not my fault. Who else has a yarn buying problem instead of a crocheting problem? I know it can't just be me. Please say it's not just me. Anyway, let me show you the damage. So these were too big to fit in a bag, but they were on sale from Joann's, so I had to get them for next year. And then all of a sudden there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags from both Hobby Lobby and Joann's. Now tell me why in the world I needed any of this when I have this problem to fix. Yeah, all of this needs to be gone through, caked back up to be all nice and pretty so that it can be organized in this, which I also need to do because look, there's just so much that's gone. This was color coordinated and matching, you know, with colors, light colors, and it is just an absolute disaster. So why in the world do I need more? The answer is clearly that I don't need it, but since we're here, let's just go ahead and go through it. I'm gonna start with Hobby Lobby. I got their Crafter Secret Big Idea in these 2 colors. Horrible lighting, but I recently won on Instagram a pattern bundle. And one of the patterns that I got was from the same designer that I made the previous owls in my past videos, made by Magisa. And the pattern of hers that I won was a little bee honeycomb blanket. So these will be perfect for little honeycombs. I got 4 things of disco ball lights. I've got an idea for them later on, but nothing coming up anytime soon. But got these. These are on sale. And by the way, everything, of course, is on sale. As if that really matters. Then I got this tumbler from Hobby Lobby. Just clear, and I really liked it. 2 balls of fur yarn from the Yarn Bee in cream. 2 of the Cozy Occasions in hummus. Lighting is so bad, sorry. 1 of them in ivory, and 3 in the coffee. And then last I got one of the Adorables in sprinkles because I gifted one of my cousins a rainbow turtle to show us this rainbow yarn, and one of my other cousins was like, oh, I want one, so this one will be for her. And then I'm a person that goes through a lot of sticky notes or just paper notes in general, and so I just found this little note tablet writer, nothing else special to it, for $9. Seems easy enough to delete a note once you're done with it, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And that was all from Hobby Lobby, so moving on to Joann's. I showed you these in the beginning. I thought maybe for next year it would be nice to hang these out the front door next to one of the Merry Christmas signs that I have. So these are pretty. They were like 80% off. I mean, how could I say no to that? And these white trees were also 80% off. And I'm thinking these will look really, I got 2 of them. I thought these would be really cute beside my TV on my mantle for some decoration next year. And then of course, you know how all the stuff in the checkout lines get your attention. It's just a bunch of stuff you don't need. Well, since New Year's is this next week. Oh yeah. Fabulous. Okay, moving on to the yarn. In the plush, I got 2 of the whites and 1 of the smoothie bowl. Absolutely love this purple. Now for the plush, I got this light purple, rainbow, the electric pink, and this lavender aura. I think this will be really pretty for some elephants. The acrylic, I got some in sage, olive drab, and DK coral. And I got these because I'm gonna hop on the bandwagon of making random granny squares based on dice rolls, and I really like these 3 colors. So that's gonna be another way to use up some of my stash whenever I get it nice and organized, and I can see the colors, number them all, and start rolling the dice to see what I can make. I think I'm gonna do 10 rounds per granny square and make me a blanket because I really want to do something for me, and the last blanket that I made for me was my Halloween star blanket, so I think this one being random and just fun will be for me to do. And of course, using up scraps is always a good thing. Okay, for Bernat Baby, I got white, baby sand, and this mellow mauve. And then I got 2 of the Bernat blanket in terracotta because this brown goes with so many things. You can make so many things with this, and I really need to start making some more cows, so that's on the to-do list for early next year. And then this is one that I've been wanting for a good while. I don't really know why, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but something very special for sure. And for me, it is the Big Twist Supernova, and this is in the colorway Planet Jupiter. Lighting is absolutely horrible in here, but it's blues and oranges. And on the website, it was a lot brighter, their picture of it, but even though it is darker, it's still really nice, and I have no idea what I'm going to make with it. It's a weight 2, it's pretty fine, so no clue what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm excited to have it finally. I've been eyeballing it for months, talking myself out of it, and I'm like, just get it, it's on sale. And I got a Christmas gift card, so come on now. And here is the damage now, adding these extra on here. I am going to be caking up all of these and then organizing them. What a dang mess, good grief. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm already in love with this scene. So how many do you think are on this table that I'm going to cake? I'm gonna guess 102. And I'm not gonna count, so like these right here, these are already done. That one, sorry. So I'm not gonna count those, only ones like this. If they're in a full skein, I'm going, man, the autofocus is messing me up. But only the full skeins and little leftovers are gonna count. But if it's already in a good cake like this, I'm not gonna do it. At least I'm not gonna count it anyway. So for day 1, I didn't get through too many. It's already actually 11:30 at night. Look, doesn't even look like I made a dent. But I got through, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This one was a doozy. This was the bigger one from Hobby Lobby that I actually just got today. That's the biggest cake I've ever done. It almost made it through, so I just wrapped the rest around it, but it almost made it. So 11 for day 1. I'm sure I'll figure out a better way to do this, but for day 1, 11, we're just gonna go with that for right now. And actually, what I got going on is these were already basically done, and so these that I just really got today are already caked up. So I'm gonna leave them exactly like that, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 already done that really weren't in that bad a condition. So yeah, those are gonna be fine. So I'll add these 11 to this container, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, day 2 so far. I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17 done. It is 2 p.m. and I'm gonna go ahead and move these to this. I found more on the table. Ooh, so we're starting to make some progress that were already basically good enough. So I just moved them over here. So I'm gonna move all these over here because right now I'm about to start filming a different video, because why the heck not make this more difficult than it needs to be? So gonna move all these and we'll come back at the end of the day. Like I said, it's only 2, so we'll see how many more I can get done for day 2. All right, for day 3, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Nice. All right, 26. And here's the table as well. It's looking good. What I went ahead and did was, if they were a little squirrely and out of there, I just kind of wrapped them up a little bit just to make it a little bit cleaner to see what I'm actually working with. And then of course these are for the video that I posted right before this one, but I'm currently still doing it, so they're still here. These are just scraps for right now, and I'm kind of leaving them until closer to the end just to make sure I don't have a different color of the same kind. Like this color looks familiar, so it may be in here somewhere, or it may be up here. I've already started to kind of move things around that were already done that I didn't really consider a big problem. Like, I mean, I can just tuck that tail in and call it a day. So yeah, that's what that's looking like. And what I think I'm going to do is take all of these right here, and then these on this table, and try to put them in here as much as possible to clear all of this out a little bit and just make it look a little bit nicer, so I can still see what I'm truly working with, what I've got left. And then once everything is caked and nice, then I'll come back over and redo, because see, over here used to start with, yeah, reds, and it was color coded for the rainbow to end with purple. And then over here was the parfait chunkies, and then whenever those ran out, I started with Bernat blankets and bigger ones like that. All of this was Bernat blanket and plush. And then over here, this will have to be done as well. Most of that on the top shelf is already done, but then this was posh and it got a little bit out of hand, and then some random stuff. So I definitely need to do this row right here. It's kind of out of hand, but yep, for 3 days, making some really good progress. I just cleaned off my table, took most of that out, but that whole thing is still full of blanket yarn, and guess what? This is now full. I moved everything in there that I could, but this row was typically just for blanket yarn, and some here, well, that's full. So future organizing Megan is gonna have a little bit of a problem because we still have this whole container full of blanket yarn. Lovely. All right, for day 4, I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 done. I'll write that down here in a second, but I really want to sew this up because I've already posted this video, but I actually just got it done today. Today is the 30th. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, but I want to sew this up so that I can get that video posted, and then I'll come back. I already took out everything, all the yarn that was being used for that. I've already taken that down, and so all of the ones that were in here and left over, they're up here now. And then once this gets a little bit more cleaned up, I'm going to start taking these out right here, and then also cleaning out these 2 shelves as well and just straightening them up a little bit. So really, I'm making pretty good progress. I've kind of rearranged that just a little bit, but it's not going to matter because I'm going to color code it anyway. So we're at 12. Just want to give you a little update. I may never get this organizing done because ever since I finished this one, I've been wanting to make another one instantly. So that is exactly what I'm about to start. So here's basket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A lot more toned down in neutrals versus that one. That one was really bright, but a lot more toned down in neutral. So I've already labeled everything and I'm about to get started on it. Organizing's just gonna have to wait, I guess. So it has been a few days. I've actually taken a lot of things out of here, moved some tubs around to just kind of, oh, hello, supervisor. Just to kind of open the room up a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer and not as chaotic. But here's what I'm still working with. I did end up making a second one of these blankets, the Chance blankets. I made a second of it, so I'm going to put it together with black. And I was like, okay, so what else can I do to help use up some of this? That way it's not just going to sit, you know, up here for years and years. Oh, by the way, I finished a rainbow octopus. I'll show that later. But I gathered some of them, and what I'm going to do is triple strand with white, some gray, and just use up, there's a couple more grays back in there somewhere, just as many grays as I need. Triple strand it, and so these two for sure, and then just a random color out of here, because like these are so small, they're really not going to make much of anything. Maybe this would be good for something later on, but I can't think of anything right now. And then this, I mean, that's quite a bit of it, but you know, I think this will make a really pretty project basket. So that's what we're going to do, try to use up a little bit more yarn so it doesn't have to just sit in my stash, and then slowly come back and clean this all up even more. I will say though, since day 4 I haven't done any more yet, because really I've just been working on this and trying to finish that up, and then I've started another little project because I just cannot help myself. But so yep, let's start on this basket, see what we got going on, and then I'll try to get back to this. So I have a confession. The table's getting a little emptier, and yesterday I ended up doing 21 skeins for day 5, but that actually wasn't everything that I have. So this is a keep pile, this is keep, this is keep. I've taken out this drawer, or this section right here, this shelf, and that shelf too. They're pretty much empty, so I'll be putting whatever I can in there. These are organized now. This, I'm just putting the skeins in there as I go. I'm not leaving them out to count them. But so there is more. These are projects that I'm going to, this is a project I'm going to finish to sell. These are whips that I'm going to finish to donate. These I'm going to try to sell. And now let's go in this other room real quick. What I didn't tell you is I have a whole lot more. Yeah, pretty much all of these containers are also filled with yarn. Now, these 4, these are the projects that I've already got done for markets and stuff like that. This one is only full of random craft stuff that I use off and on. This is also for markets. This right here is a few whips that I need to complete. These are also whips I need to complete. Yarn. 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 That is probably my oldest project right there that I do plan on getting done this year. I'm sure there's yarn in there too. So needless to say, there's a lot more that I need to get through than what I initially showed you, and I figured, well, since I'm doing that, I might as well do all this too. And by the way, it is snowing. This is like our first snow in I think 4 or 5 years. And it's your first snow, huh? What'd you think? What'd you think? Someone is very interested in the snow. Great job. Okay, so scrap the yarn cleanup mission. Yarn scraps. Anyway, I'm gonna rearrange all of this. This is driving me absolutely insane. So this, my desk was right here. It's gonna be right here. This cabinet is gonna be right here. My chair is gonna go over there. And as soon as all of that's done and rearranged, then I'll get back onto the organizing of all this yarn. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all of this yarn is still needing to be addressed. This right here, these 2 black containers are yarn that I want to try to resell. And then what I think I've decided to also do, oh, hey, what I've decided to do is to, since I don't have nearly as much acrylic yarn and it's a lot thinner than all of the blanket yarn, all of the acrylic yarn is going to be in this cabinet only. This is only going to be acrylic yarn, period, because this hutch has way more room for all the blanket yarn. So I think that is the move, instead of trying to figure out, you know, I was doing variegated acrylic right here, big twist posh here, some cotton, some random thicker yarn. Well, why don't we just simplify that? and make it all acrylic. Then I don't have to play a guessing game anymore of where a certain type of yarn is, because it'll have its own place. Okay, ready for a transition? 1, 2, and just like that, I have moved all of the acrylic over here. This right here is what was initially through in here. So right now it's anything multicolored or rainbow. Then we got red, oranges, and yellows, greens, blues, and purples. And then right here is going to be the neutrals, but I had a lot of extra red, so this is just going to be the leftovers from these two shelves. And then down here are going to be any kind of novelty or on-end yarns that I can actually fit in there, because all of this is cotton, but then this right here is fur. This is a hand spun, really thin yarn, and then there's a different thin yarn back there. And also here is my hutch. This is all blanket or plush yarn in all of the rainbow kind of colors. And then I'm doing all of the neutral blanket and plush yarns down here. That way I can easily find them for animals and know what I do and don't have. This middle shelf though might be the death of me. I'm just not feeling it. It has all of the chenilles and velvets in there, but I need to move all of this basically this way. And I do, even though it doesn't look like it, I do have an organizing kind of system for this shelf and this shelf, but not for this shelf. And honestly, I really don't want to do it. So I'm just going to shove everything over this way and then put all of the Big Twist Posh and some leftover chunky yarn that I had right there. And so far today I'm at 6 skeins. This was from yesterday. So today I'm at 6 skeins of cleaning up, and I've got so much left to do. That one and those. But we're getting there.
Jumping ahead a few days, today is the 18th, and I just went full scorched earth and said, you know what, we're going to just update this craft room to what I want it to be, so that way I can decorate and finally be done with all of it. So not just the yarn is getting taken care of, but the room's getting taken care of as well. So let me show you where we're at. So the entry wall is about to get painted white. The cabinet is over here right now, but it will be over here once I paint this. So I am about to paint this. I'll time lapse it for you, but all of the yarn is taken care of. Everything is in here, and everything is in here organized. Hello again. But yeah, this sad gray wall and this one as well are about to just be painted white. That way I can decorate as I please with a more neutral color that's not as sad. Oh, and I made this like 6 years ago, and I just decided to put that there. And then this painting, my stepmom and I went to a painting with the twist event. We painted that there probably about 3 years ago now, so that's gonna go on one of my walls. And then I found this mirror in one of my closets, which I cleaned out yesterday, so that's gonna go on a wall as well. But first I need to paint. So I've got 2 different forms of caffeine, paint, water to hydrate, and we are ready to go. I'll time lapse it for you. I get halfway done with one wall and already ran out of paint, so I went to Home Depot and got some more. I'm going to do another coat on this wall, and then we'll do this wall, which won't take too terribly long, I don't think, next. But I'm gonna finish this other one up and get out of here, because with windows open and it being like 45 degrees outside, it's cold in here. So it's been a few days since I painted this, but I now have a finished white wall, a blank slate to put whatever I want on it. I'm not 100% yet on how I'm fully gonna decorate it, but I'll come to that when I get there. But also, one more thing to add in here, LED lights around the ceiling wall. I'm very excited about this. I did change the light bulbs in here, so it makes it a lot brighter in here, but I feel like this with a cool hue in the background will just be absolutely perfect and good for when I finally move my, well, you can't see it, but my chair back there, back in that corner, and then I can just get all comfy and cozy and crochet. I am going to finish painting this wall white as well whenever I get a chance, but I'm going to move this first over to this corner, because when the light comes in from this window specifically, especially right up here, it goes directly right in here. Well, since this is all acrylic and that's plastic, it'll melt, and I don't want to deal with a bunch of melted yarn. Spent way too much money on it, so I want to keep it as long as possible. Speaking of spending money on yarn though, with Joann's possibly going bankrupt for a second time and going out of business, I have a feeling if there's not a buyer, I'm going to be dropping a lot more money there because Big Twist is my absolutely favorite yarn, and I'm going to have to go buy all of it if they actually do end up liquidating. Very sad, very sad. Especially for a lot of people where this is their livelihood, that they make all these things, all these beautiful, wonderful things, and all of a sudden it's just gonna be gone. Sad day. Anyway, I am going to put these lights up, move my cabinet over, and show you the final result. I'm not gonna end up painting this wall probably before I finish this video out. It's already getting long enough. It started with me cleaning up all of my yarn, which I did, and then finally somehow it turned into me painting my yarn room, which I've been wanting to do for a good while. I will say that, but I just wasn't expecting it to go this far because today is the 22nd of January and I started earlier this month, so it's taken me an entire month to finish this video. Well, that didn't go as planned. I was taking it out, trying to use the remote that came with it and trying to peel out the sticky backing on it. The sticky backing would not come off, and I even changed the battery in the little remote. Didn't work. So I'm gonna send that back to Amazon, but we happened to run to Dollar General yesterday to get some coffee, and I found a 16-foot LED rope from there that was like $8. And I mean, I'm not mad about it. It doesn't go around the entire room. I'll do that later, but here's what I got so far. And turn off the lights. So I will say this morning when I was getting up to do my little workout, it was very nice not having the light on, just having that going. Of course, not that chaotic. It was a solid, slow pattern. And then this little light that I have right here, I actually got this from Hobby Lobby, but how cute. My little yarn room is finally coming together. I don't 100% know what I'm gonna do with this corner just yet. Definitely need to get something up here on the wall and over here on the wall too. I've got a few ideas. Maybe this painting that I mentioned me and my stepmother did. But yeah, where did this come from? Hang on, we gotta turn the light on for this. What in the world? You're telling me that I just cleaned up all of my yarn, even got rid of some to have 5 more bags? What the heck? Man, I don't know who it is because it's definitely not me, but somebody has got a severe yarn problem. It's definitely absolutely not me. Pretty sure at the start of this video I started with yarn, and now I just went and bought more that Joann's is going through their second bankruptcy. And this is not going to be the only stop I make. I love Big Twist. It's my absolute favorite, so I'm going to have to go stock up on a few more colors at this store that I went to today. Didn't have, but yeah, I spent this entire video, a month, cleaning up all my yarn, all this room, and now where the heck am I going to put this? I have zero clue, but I am happy to have it, of course, and really hoping that Joann's doesn't go out. If they do, I absolutely will be going to every single Joann's within a 100-mile radius to get everything that I need to last me for a while, because I'm not a Red Heart fan. And honestly, I haven't really tried much of the Michaels stuff yet, but a few that I have I wasn't really a fan of. I do like a lot of the Hobby Lobby stuff. I will give them that, but yeah, Joann's going out will be very sad. But anyway, this video is long and chaotic enough. Thanks for sticking around as I updated my room a little bit and got everything all nice, pretty, and neat, just to be able to mess it back up again this year during market season, but that's part of the fun. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you for stopping by. It means the absolute world to me. I hope you and yours have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Speaking of, some of the next ones are gonna be me going through all of the patterns that I've bought and haven't made yet, and of course, finishing up, I think, 3 or 4 containers worth of whips that I need to get done. So that'll be coming up soon. I'll holler at y'all later. Bye.